Hello everyone, welcome back. We are back to some tillage. I've got 3 strips of ground here. Strip right here, this one, and there's another shorter one up there. Now, this ground's only been plowed, and it had laid out here and gotten hard on us and dried out. But today it come a thunderstorm, pretty good thunderstorm. Well, you guys can see that gobbler over there, not strutting, but there's a big old gobbler over there picking my neighbor's corn up. But it rained today, so we got a little moisture in the ground. And I'm hoping that it'll come apart pretty good. We're gonna try it and see. We're gonna try to take the disc, smooth it down. I gotta get this ready for planting. At this point, this year, I am basically running tillage just in front of the planting operation. So in other words, I'm tilling a piece of ground, we're planting, and I'm moving on to the next piece till hit. So I'm gonna get set up here and make a pass or two, and we'll see how it goes. There's a couple spots in it's a little tackier than it probably should be, but and then again there's a couple spots in it's a little drier, so it's a balance in that. What I'm doing, I'm splitting it. In other words, I'm not running full width of the disc, I'm running half, so it's double cutting it as we go. What I'll do is do that once. I'll pick up the speed, get a little more aggressive with the disc setting, and double cut it like that again. And then I will get the disc a little less aggressive, and then I'll single cut it and smooth it back down. So basically, going over it 4 times, 4 or 5 times. It's working out pretty good. I think it'll be all right, and we'll see what it looks like here at the end. Okay, I've got those 2 strips up there completely done. I'm working on this last one down here, and I want to show you. This to my left is 1 pass over. You can see we still got some pretty large chunks, quite a bit of cover crop areas to do. This is the second pass over, okay? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put you on the back of the tractor. I'm gonna take you along for a lap of the second cut and show you the difference. Now remember, I'm split cutting it, so this will get cut again. This down here is the second, really a more representative of the second pass over, because this little section here will get cut again on this pass. So I'm gonna put you on the back, take you for a lap. Notice the difference between footage from the first on the back of the tractor and the footage on this, how the ground's coming apart. And then we'll do that for the final cut as well. Okay, this is the final cut down through here. We'll put you on the back, and once again, notice the difference, the way the ground's coming apart. Walk right out here and I can show you the difference. This is the final cut. This is the second cut. And this is the first cut. So you can see, if you catch the ground with the, and this, I caught this just perfect. I saw lightning. Caught this just perfect, how it comes apart. This field is done up here, this strip, and that's pretty clay right in there on that knoll. But you can see it worked out pretty good. Next step will be taking the field cultivator with the log, smoothing it down, putting fertilizer, field cultivator with log, smoothing it down, and planting. And thunder's coming, so I'm gonna put you on the back, then I'm gonna talk to you about a few things, and we'll wrap this little project up. Enough of a profit at it. stay in business. So the grower, the person actually growing it, you know, in order to be a good farmer, you need to be a good grower. So it kind of goes hand in hand. But in order to be a good grower, you have to know your ground. You gotta know when to work your ground. Now, keep in mind, the ground's different. This ground and these 3 strips, 200 yards from that bottom we was working the other day, is totally different. And it works totally differently. Why is it important to know your ground and how to work it? Because at the end of the day, you got to know what that ground likes to produce a good crop. And we got us a pretty good storm coming, looks like. I'm wanting to get this done because I'm kind of the highest point on this hill. But you got to know your ground. You got to know what moisture to work it at, what it responds to. Some ground, you can work totally different than you can other ground. And that goes back to the question I get a lot of times. Have you tried this method or have you tried that method? And a lot of times the answers are yes, I've tried them. I have been farming in this county my entire life. Do I know everything about farming in this county? Heck no, not by a long shot. I learned something almost every day, and for sure every growing season I learned something. You always will. A lot of it's trial and error. You know, hey, that didn't work, or that worked, that produced the results I was looking for, and so forth, so on. Know your ground. Base your methods of growing on the needs of your ground. We are real bad as growers to try to take the method and fit the ground and your conditions to it. Take 2 or 3 methods, blend them all up, and take the best from each method to fit your ground. You will thank me for that. If you're new to farming, you just bought a farm, you moved into an area, whatever, find an old gray-headed farmer somewhere and talk to him. Is it too wet to plow? Should I plow that? Do I have to plow that? They may say, hey, we no-tilled it for years. Have better yields off of it than when we done conventional tillage. Or you've got to plow that ground. And do not work that ground wet. It'll stay hard and cloddy all season. They can tell you those things. Most farmers like sharing knowledge. Most of them, not all of them, but most of them do. But you saw the picture at the beginning of the video of the strips. That's what they look like now. So, but know your ground. Don't get in that trap of, you know, we're going to take a method. Same with production. Know your area. If you've got very little disease pressure, very little insect pressure, you can get by with a low input. On the flip side of that, if you've got high disease pressure, high weed pressure, high insect pressure, you might want to look at more of a conventional method. But let your conditions, your soil conditions, your soil type, your weather conditions, your weather type in your area dictate how you farm. You'll be much better off. I live in a temperate rainforest. Every darn weed known to mankind and every darn bug known to mankind flourishes here. So, and every fungus known to mankind flourishes here. But yeah, that's just the point. You know, what works for me may not work for you. What works for you may not work for me. It's you gotta know your ground, know your situation, know your conditions. Conditions there look a little stormy. Here's the field we put fertilizer in, I guess yesterday. You can see how it's laid down, good shower rain, it's smoothed out. That is ready to plant. We'll plant it. That's going in pumpkins. Those 3 strips out there is going in pumpkins. That ground is done with tillage unless something happens and it takes us 2 or 3 weeks to get in here to plant. Then I'll go back over it one more time. And you can see, even in ground that is not rocky, and this ground is not rocky, we have rocks. So but anyhow, if you like what we're doing, please subscribe, hit that notification bell. If you have a question or comment, do so. If you see a video you like, give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching. Hope you learned something. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.